We're in and ready to move. Got it. Go to the augmented radioactive waste area. Plant your first charge there. Head that way on this catwalk. It should lead you right to it. That area is locked down. I'm headed to the logistical control center to do some unlocking.
Follow the signs to the augmented radioactive waste storage room. You've got to get in there and plant your charge.
And now for the conclusion to the power plant story arc of Enter the Matrix. Yeah, now things are starting to get a little bit heated up as we get one step closer to the core. And if it's not starting up already, we're going to be having another tasty track from Chris Verena. Ready for ear's pleasure. Really weirdly though, and again you probably won't be able to notice it here, but I mean, yeah, you might be able to hear it a little bit, but like, I mean, in normal mode it seems to be really sped up, but like when you're using focus mode it gets really slowed down. I don't know if it was meant to be intentionally sequenced that way to like give like a different sort of thing between like, you know, you using focus mode and, you know, the track playing normally. Because, I mean, some games, especially more recent ones, do that. Devil May Cry 5 actually comes to mind when you have different sorts of dynamic audio stuff when your ranking increases from, you know, dull to... I can't quite remember the Devil May Cry 5 rankings because it's been a while since I played the game, but, yeah, like when you get triple S, like, that's when the dynamics get really fucking sick. And a similar thing goes on here. Seems weird. I think it might be a glitch, though. Just... Because, I mean, I have heard the original soundtrack isolated, and, yeah, it's nowhere near like this. But I mean, I will say though that I do really like this track. It's very 2000s-y, but again, I just love the industrial rock vibe. I don't know. It's cool, dude. And well, gotta admit, this part of the level is actually where things start to get really fun, because I mean, you're playing as Ghost, going on his one-man army style rampage throughout the power plant, and well, I mean, this is part of the reason why you do want to play as Ghost for some of these sections, because he does get some pretty tasty snacks to play with. I don't know. It's just fun, man, and, well, I like it. Like, that might be my very simple tastes coming to the surface, but I mean, again, just give me some guns, give me some good music, and, well, give me some cool set pieces, and I'm good for a video game. I don't know. Maybe I'm just very easy to please, but I don't know. This section is fantastic. I don't know. This is just... I don't know, man, I'm just having a blast right now. Now, I was supposed to talk about anything else at the moment. What we're missing out in terms of what Niobe's going to be doing. We'll basically be showing off the cutscenes where Niobe's importance does come into the play, but she's basically taking on more of the stealth sort of role where she infiltrates the reactor core, you know, as she, well, either as she has already mentioned or will mention. I kind of forget the order of the cutscenes, but yeah. Ostensibly, Niobe's got the very dangerous job of having a very nice brush with radiation, which I'm sure will do her absolute wonders for her health. Well, then again, this is kind of in the Matrix, so would the effects of radiation translate to the real world? I mean, like, mentally, like, in terms of her brain, like, possibly, I don't know, the Matrix has never really been clear on that, actually, like, what sort of effects translate to reality and what doesn't. I think it's just mental trauma. But then again, like, I mean, after Neo's battle with... after the training sequence where Neo, like, jumped off a building to prove that he could, you know, free his mind, he was bleeding from his teeth, so... Does the damage manifest in reality? It's a curious thing. And then again, I suppose it's also part of that, you know, dullard bullshit theory of, oh, the real world that we thought was real was just a second Matrix. Which, again, in my personal opinion, is kind of fucking stupid, to be honest. I never really liked that theory because it feels like such a pedestrian sort of plot twist that has no real bearing on the overall Matrix plot, and feels kind of redundant since the first movie already covered the whole, you know, layers upon layers of reality and, you know, seeing reality with your eyes rather than, you know, everything else. I don't know. It's just a theory that kind of bothers me personally. But anyway, back to the level itself. I don't know. It's simple, it's fun, very straightforward, but I mean, you know, you get a sense that you're getting yourself one step closer to the core, and I don't know, like, it has kind of that Doom sort of effect where you're just powering your way through enemies, and well, you feel like a badass, so yeah, really does make Ghost feel fucking cool. Like, I mean, he might be the very stoic, wise man of the group, but he will kick your skinny little ass if he feels so inclined, which in this case, he does, because he's gonna kick your ass. Yes, indeed, Captain Ballard, you better watch out, because Ghost is on the town and he's coming for your ass, and then Trinity's ass, because he ain't wanting no Neo to take his girl. Oh, well, then again, he did kind of, I guess, make peace with that a little bit, and, well, accept celibacy as a hands-on experience. It's a pain that I know all too well. Blue, 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 blue. Whatevers. I don't know, this... Again, it bears repeating, but I mean, you can just go to town here and it's... I don't know, it's just so satisfying. Like, I mean, I will say that the early parts of the power plant are very, like, dull in terms of... Well, I wouldn't say dull, but, you know, very stock standard to what we've been doing up to this point. But, I mean, to have a section where you can really cut loose and feel cool, that I think is a really good pace breaker and something that does, you know, make you feel a little bit refreshed when you're playing through the game. So, yeah, I mean, if there's one thing I can say about Enter the Matrix from a gameplay perspective is that, in terms of level flow, it does feel nice. Like, I mean, the only real sort of draggy parts are the sewer sections and a couple brief stops in between, but I mean, apart from that, everything flows nicely, and while there is a lot of criticisms to be made about, you know, spicing up certain areas to be a little bit more exciting than I think they should have been from the get-go, again, what we have here is nice. And, well, I don't know. It is really one of the sections that saves the power plant from being, you know, just another generic level in my eyes.
Did that do it?
That did it.
Everybody, out! Hey, you got any grenades left?
I was saving this for a special occasion.
Thanks.
Yeah. Are you sure there's no other way? Okay, I'll give him the details. I climb up to the top of the reactor and get to the core.
Okay,
You stay up here and cover me. You'll also need to keep the control room clear.
of course.
Once I'm there, you'll use these controls to open the core. I place my bomb inside the core casing, you drag up the control rods, and I get the hell out of there.
Direct exposure to the radiation.
I won't be in there for long.
That's suicide.
That casing is 3 feet of steel. It's got to be this way. If we fail, Neo fails. And that cannot happen at any cost.
And so, we place Sniper Rifle once again as we protect Niobe on her way to the core. Nothing really too strenuous, although you do also have the added worry of, you know, soldiers coming in, bursting in and trying to kill Ghost, so you have to kind of divide your attention between Niobe and Ghost. Again, nothing too taxing or terrible. Just keep an eye on Niobe and you should be okay. I don't know. It's a bit of a balancing act, but one that I think is a reasonably fair challenge. Like, I mean, Niobe... Well, I mean, she's no Ashley Graham. She is a tough-as-nails captain for a reason, so she'll be there to protect you and hold her own while you deal with your own problems. And there we go. Like, I mean, again, you do have this entire facility relatively empty, and you can go around and find weapons in case you run out of ammo, so... Yeah, you do have the means of fighting off the police and getting back to Niobe relatively quickly, especially if you do save your ammo from the previous section, if you feel so inclined. But again, you know, Ghost is competent enough to protect himself, and plus you do also have grenades which you can use to your liking, although I don't really find them entirely accurate in this game, and even the Path of Neo really, so... I don't know. I'd say stick with the guns. I mean, I think you are generally given enough sniper ammo to last you out for both enemies and, you know, to protect Niobe, so... Yeah, just a section to keep on your toes with, really. I mean, there's something to be said about sniper sections, though. Like, I mean, I would consider them of the same ilk of the get to the turret kind of missions, but at the same time, not too bad. Like, I don't know, I guess maybe in the way in which they're handled like this, where, you know, you can you know, where you are free to move as quickly as you possibly can, and if your sniper rifle is power enough, you can take him out in one shot. I don't know. I guess maybe less frustrating get to the turret sort of sections, I guess. The little brother of the get to the turret sections that isn't powerful enough and, you know, old enough to really handle the annoying sections is, you know, it's okay, little buddy. You just gotta work your way up to it. Someday soon you'll be able to have annoying sections which break the pace in a video game because it's bad. Well, I mean, okay, not all turret sections are bad, but I mean, kinda depends on the context, really. Some are good, some not so good, and some just frustrate you to no end. You'll be able to tell when you're done with an Niobe section when her health bar disappears, and by that I don't mean when it's reduced to 0, but when it vanishes from the screen. That basically means that all you have to do is just, you know, kill the remaining enemies that are attacking Ghost. Kinda like so, really. Take out this dude, and we should be good.
Okay, Sparse, take me through it button by button. Here it is.
Well, that was a nice dose of radiation. I'm sure Niobe will be able to escape the police with her stealth skills with absolutely no trouble whatsoever. Yep, yes indeedy. Take that, police, who are so generic. That grenade will save us, I hope. Yeah, of course, there's an agent, and now we have to run away! And, well... yeah, this is basically the Niobe sequence that I wanted to show you beforehand. Well, as of beforehand, right now, whatever. Again, it's a really cool sequence where basically you're running through an exploding hallway. I had to show this to cap everything off. It is just excellent. And plus we also get a little taste of something that I don't think you can really access besides the little cheat code section in the hacking minigame. Because, well, I mean, you don't really get as much use out of it as you might think, but I mean, it is still cool to have. And plus, I mean, it can kind of help you escape the sequence right at the very end, which you'll be seeing quite soon, because, yeah, this is the segment where radiation becomes quite the danger. I mean, if you slow down too often, then, yeah, radiation will catch up, and you will die. So, yeah, not a very fun time for all.
I gotta do it. Multiple agents. You're not your best. I hope this evens the odds a bit.
Yep, now is the time for us to begin the running of the way. Just as soon as we get through this door, and fight off a few enemies here. Again, what you have here is basically unlimited focus. Again, you don't really get as much use out of it as you might think, but I mean, it is pretty useful to have, although probably a little bit more useful in a game like Path of Neo, where you can pull off some sick moves. But, yeah, regardless of such, now as soon as we get up to this little lift sequence, yeah, this will probably be the point where we have to run away, because radiation's piling up, and we gotta go, like, right now. Anyway, on that note, I am Solidus-Skully. Will Niobe make it out alive? Yes, she will. So, see you dudes and dudettes later. Catch you next time.
I can't believe it.
We did it.
Did what is the question?
What do you mean?
I mean, it didn't work. Whatever was supposed to happen didn't happen. Something's gone wrong.
What was that?
I think it was an EMP.
How?
No idea, but right now we can't reach 1147.
Sir, we've just lost contact with the Icarus.
What?
and the Novalis, and the Caduceus.
How is that possible? I don't understand it, sir, but the line is broken. God damn it, what the hell is happening?
One minute everything's fine, the next all hell breaks loose. Now there's no sign of Morpheus, Trinity, or Neo. Everyone's gone.
Well, then who's that?
I don't know.
Well, answer it.
Operator,
Is this the logos?
baby.
This is Captain Niobe of the Logos. Who is this?
My name is Seraph. I bring word from the Oracle. You must come at once.